NAN Villa Weekly Review. President Bola Tinubu on Monday inaugurated the Greater Abuja Water Supply Network, Loops 1, 2, 5, and 6, pledging his administration's commitment to sustainable infrastructure that directly improves citizens' lives. He described the water network as a transformative effort to guarantee safe, sustainable, and sufficient water for homes, institutions, and communities across the capital city.
Water is life. It is not a luxury. It is a basic human right and a foundation for public health, urban development, and economic growth.
President Bola Tinubu has ordered security chiefs to immediately arrest those behind the killing of over 100 people in Yelewata community in Benue. Tinubu issued the directive on Wednesday while addressing stakeholders at the government house, Makadi.
Police, I hope your men are on alert to listen to information. How come no arrest is being made? I expect there should be arrests.
President Bola Tinubu has praised Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna State for restoring peace and initiating infrastructural development across the state. Tinubu praised the governor during his official visit to inaugurate several key projects in the state.
Uba Sani, an agent of change, stability, love, unity, and progress. Uba Sani has performed wonders and changed the environment from previous toxic, uncontrollable environment to a state of life, progress, and development.
President Bola Tinubu has underscored the need to fast-track economic integration, unity, and peace within the West African sub-region. The president stated this in his opening address at the inaugural West Africa Economic Summit in Abuja.
We must together strengthen our regional value chains, invest in infrastructure, and coordinate our policy.
President of Sierra Leone has been elected as the new chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. In his inaugural address, he outlined 4 strategic priorities for his tenure: restoring constitutional order, strengthening democracy, revitalizing regional security, advancing economic integration, and reinforcing institutional credibility across the bloc.
We must engage transitional governments constructively and support member states in building stronger democratic institutions rooted in the rule of law.
President Bola Tinubu has urged his West African colleagues on the need to urgently activate the ECOWAS standby force to deal with terrorism in the sub-region. The Nigerian leader expressed concern over the slow pace of its operation, stressing the need to move from concepts to reality in the collective fight against terrorism. Tinubu raised the concern in his opening speech at the 67th ECOWAS Authorities Ordinary Session in Abuja.
ECOWAS standby force must move from the concept to operational reality now. I am a little bit worried about the slow pace of its activation, which is taking longer than desired.
President Bola Tinubu has urged African nations to pursue collective action and regional cooperation to drive transformative development on the continent. Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, made the call while declaring open the 4th annual meeting of the Africa Sovereign Investors Forum, hosted by the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority in Abuja.
It is a catalyst in our national quest to redeem renewable energy, healthcare, agriculture, and much more. It is also a hope for pioneering innovative capital mobilization solutions tailored to the realities of our continent. We must act, and act now to close the infrastructure gap, build resilience to climate change, and create jobs for our expanding youth population.
President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's resolve to fast-track approvals for viable infrastructure projects nationwide. Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, made the commitment at the 2025 National Public-Private Partnership Summit at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. He urged the private sector to remain focused and committed, saying Nigeria offers scale, demand and returns unmatched by any African market.
We are determined to deliver infrastructure that is both sustainable and inclusive. Our economic reforms have laid a stable foundation, from the removal of the unsustainable subsidies to the liberalization of the foreign exchange regime and the optimization of government revenues. We have acted boldly and responsibly.
The federal government is to sign more than 30 Memorandum of Understanding as Nigeria prepares to host the second session of the Nigeria-Brazil Strategic Dialogue Mechanism. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the session, which is scheduled to begin on Monday, June 23rd, will focus on agriculture, energy, defense, the creative economy, and innovation. Addressing newsmen in Abuja, the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Senator Ibrahim Hadejia, said the session aligns seamlessly with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda.
In the course of the dialogue, our delegations will engage in comprehensive discussions aimed at expanding collaboration across key sectors such as trade and investment, agriculture, energy, defense, innovation, and cultural exchange.
Mr. Uzoma Nwaba, Managing Director, Nigeria Consumer Credit Corporation, says the scheme is vital to improving lives and curbing corruption nationwide. Nwaba stated this during a Meet the Press event organized by the Presidential Media Team at the State House, Abuja.
All our work is really around this mission that the President has said, which is improve lives, stem corruption, catalyze industry. So the stemming corruption part is why we started off with the civil servants. Say, if we can reduce the pressures that you face by allowing you to access those goods and services that better your life, let you get a home or improve your home, let you get a vehicle, then corruption becomes less tempting. So about 35,000 civil servants as at today have accessed goods and services for consumer credits backed by Credit Corp.